Okay, so I am here with my colleague today, and I am going to show her how to create a Kahoot quiz for her classroom. Okay, so you can go ahead and go open any browser.
Okay.
You can open the Chrome browser if you want. Kahoot will work in any browser. And then go ahead and go to www.create.kahoot.it. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up too so I can show you a couple things as we go.
Okay.
Okay, so once you open it up, if you have a sign-in, you can go ahead and sign in with your username or email. I think you've used it once or twice before, so.
It has been a while.
Okay. And then if you don't have an account, then you would go to the create your Get My Free account if you didn't have an account yet.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and sign in. And I'm gonna, again, do the same thing so that too many passwords.
I have to cheat. It's terrible. There we go.
Okay, so when you open Kahoot, you have the option to create 4 different things. And so you can create a quiz, what's called a jumble, a discussion, or a survey. And so when I did my earlier teaching, I talked a little bit about how you can use those different ones. But for the sake of this one, we'll open a quiz. So just click on quiz.
Okay.
And then I'm going to show her how to create a question and then how to add images to a question also. Okay, so we have your questions pulled up on a document. So if you want to go ahead and type in a question in your title.
Okay.
Now, when you are adding questions, sometimes, oh, I'm sorry, we're on title. So we're having to have to add a title first. Sorry, I was a little ahead of myself. And then it will, you do have to add a description. So you can just write, you know, MDI, whatever your course number is, Kahoot quiz. Name it whatever you'd like.
Kahoot quiz.
There you go. And then you can change who it's visible to, the language and action. I usually select university on audience.
Okay.
Just because we are in a university setting. And then you can just click OK, go in the top corner. And you can just say maybe later. That's asking you if you want to add a cover image. So if you wanted to put up an image on the front, then you can go ahead and do that. I've done that before, so I don't do that all the time, but sometimes I'll go ahead and add an image. So that was what it was asking you.
Okay.
So then when it shows up on here, you would see your image if you chose to do that.
It would be there.
Okay, so now we're ready to add your question. So you can click on Add Question, and now you can go ahead and paste in your question. Okay, you are limited to 95 characters, so if you have a question that's a little bit longer, sometimes you have to paraphrase it or modify the wording just so it will fit. So when I make mine, I always I try to choose ones that aren't quite so wordy because then they won't fit. And then if you have long answer choices, you're limited on words and characters that you can use. So just something to keep in mind for future reference. Okay, so that looks good. Now you have the option to change the time limit. So if you have a question that maybe they're going to have to do math or identify an image, maybe it's going to take a little longer, you can change the time limit. The default is 20 seconds. So for most questions, that's long enough. But if you want to shorten it up, you can change it to 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Or you can even see you can go clear up to 120 seconds. So that is an option that you have. You also have the option to award points. And so if you wanted to keep track and award points as you go, and then you could actually download that at the end if you wanted to do it for in-class participation points or extra credit or something like that. You can award points. So the default is set to, I think it's set to yes, but you can turn it off and put it on to no. So that's an option.
Okay.
So pretty easy.
Yeah, very easy.
Okay, so now you have the option to put in 4 answer choices.
Okay.
And so go ahead and put in your answer choices. Copy and paste.
I know. Makes it easier.
There you go.
We'll have to see how I do on my characters.
And this is where, again, you have creative because you are limited on characters, and so sometimes you have to just reword your answer choices so that they make sense, but you fit the character limit.
Within it, okay.
So far, so good.
Can we pause the video? Is it possible?
Just a second. We're gonna pause for just a minute.